The next phrase is play with fire. Play with fire means to do something dangerous or risky that could cause trouble. You're playing with fire if you lie to your boss. This means lying to your boss is risky and could get you in serious trouble. He knew gambling was playing with fire, but he couldn't stop. This means gambling was dangerous for him, but he kept doing it. Don't play with fire by skipping school every day. This means skipping school often is risky and can lead to bad consequences. The next word is pluck. Pluck means to pull something quickly and sharply, often with fingers. She plucked a flower from the garden. This means she picked a flower using her fingers. He plucked a hair from his eyebrow. This means he pulled out a hair from his eyebrow quickly. The chicken was plucked and ready to cook. This means the feathers were removed from the chicken before cooking. The next phrase is pluck up the courage to do something. Pluck up the courage means to force yourself to be brave enough to do something. She finally plucked up the courage to talk to him. This means she made herself brave and spoke to him. I need to pluck up the courage to ask for a raise. This means I must become brave enough to ask for more money at work. He plucked up the courage and went on stage. This means he became brave and performed in front of people. The next word is plunge. Plunge means to fall or move quickly and suddenly, often into something. He plunged into the cold water. This means he jumped suddenly into cold water. The car plunged off the cliff. This means the car fell quickly from the cliff. The country plunged into a deep recession. This means the country suddenly entered a serious economic problem. The next phrase is plunge down. Plunge down means to fall quickly and steeply. The rock plunged down the mountain. This means the rock fell quickly from high on the mountain. The diver plunged down into the sea. This means the diver fell fast into the sea from a height. Snow was plunging down from the roof. This means snow was falling quickly off the roof. The next phrase is plunge into. Plunge into means to enter suddenly into something, often water, work, or a situation. She plunged into the swimming pool. This means she jumped into the pool quickly. After graduation, he plunged into his new job. This means he started his new job with energy and focus. They plunged into a heated argument. This means they suddenly started arguing intensely. The next phrase is poke your nose into something. Poke your nose into something means to get involved in something that is not your business. Stop poking your nose into my private life. This means don't ask or get involved in my personal matters. She always pokes her nose into other people's conversations. This means she always gets involved in talks that are not hers. He poked his nose into their argument and made it worse. This means he got involved in their fight and it became worse. The next phrase is stick your nose into something. Stick your nose into something means to become involved in other people's matters without being asked. You always stick your nose into things that don't concern you. This means you often get involved in things that are not your business. He stuck his nose into our discussion and gave his opinion. This means he joined our talk without being invited. Don't stick your nose into their problems. This means you should stay out of their personal issues. The next phrase is pose a or the question. Pose a question means to ask a question, especially in a formal or serious way. The student posed a difficult question during the lecture. This means the student asked a hard question to the teacher. May I pose a question before we continue? This means I'd like to ask something before we go on. The journalist posed the question everyone was afraid to ask. This means the reporter asked a bold or sensitive question. The next phrase is presence of mind. Presence of mind means the ability to stay calm and think clearly in a difficult or dangerous situation. She had the presence of mind to call the police right away. This means she stayed calm and quickly called the police. He lost his presence of mind during the emergency. This means he panicked and couldn't think clearly. With great presence of mind, the driver avoided the accident. This means the driver stayed calm and acted wisely to avoid a crash. The next phrase is press charges. Press charges means to officially accuse someone of a crime through the police or legal system. The victim decided not to press charges. This means the person chose not to report the crime formally. She pressed charges against the thief. This means she went to the police to officially accuse the thief. If you hit him, he might press charges. This means he could report you to the police for attacking him. The next phrase is proceed to do something. Proceed to do something means to continue by doing the next thing. After dinner, we proceeded to watch a movie. This means we had dinner and then we watched a movie. He opened the book and proceeded to read. This means he began reading after opening the book. She welcomed us and proceeded to explain the rules. This means after greeting us, she started explaining the rules. The next phrase is prompt somebody to do something. Prompt somebody to do something means to cause someone to take action. The news prompted her to call her family. This means the news made her decide to call her family. His illness prompted him to see a doctor. This means his health problem made him visit a doctor. The teacher's question prompted the student to think deeply. This means the question caused the student to think more seriously. The next phrase is prove yourself. Prove yourself means to show your ability or worth through actions or success. He wants to prove himself in his new job. This means he wants to show he can do the job well. She proved herself by winning the competition. This means she showed her skills by winning. You must prove yourself before getting a promotion. This means you need to show you deserve a higher position. The next phrase is pull a muscle. Pull a muscle means to injure a muscle by stretching it too much. I pulled a muscle while lifting heavy boxes. This means I hurt a muscle from carrying something heavy. She pulled a muscle during her morning run. This means she hurt herself while running. Be careful not to pull a muscle when you exercise. This means take care during exercise to avoid injury. The next phrase is pull strings. Pull strings means to use influence or personal connections to get something done. He pulled strings to get his son into the best school. This means he used his power or contacts to help his son. She pulled a few strings and got the job. This means she used her influence to get hired. You can't just pull strings every time you want something. This means you shouldn't always rely on connections. The next phrase is pull your weight. Pull your weight means to do your fair share of the work. Everyone must pull their weight on this team. This means all team members should work equally. He wasn't pulling his weight, so we had to let him go. This means he wasn't doing enough work. If you don't pull your weight, others will get angry. This means others will be upset if you don't work hard too. The next phrase is put somebody in their place. Put somebody in their place means to show someone they are not as important or powerful as they think. The manager put him in his place after he spoke rudely. This means the manager reminded him to be respectful. She tried to act like a boss, but he quickly put her in her place. This means he reminded her she wasn't in charge. Sometimes you need to put people in their place. This means you need to remind them not to act too proud. The next phrase is put somebody on the spot. Put somebody on the spot means to make someone feel pressured or uncomfortable by asking something suddenly. He put me on the spot by asking about my salary. This means I felt awkward because he asked a personal question. She was put on the spot during the meeting. This means she was asked something she didn't expect. Don't put people on the spot with tough questions. This means don't surprise them with hard or awkward questions. The next phrase is put somebody to death. Put somebody to death means to legally kill someone as punishment for a crime. The criminal was put to death by the state. This means the government executed the person. In the past, people were put to death for stealing. This means they were killed as punishment for stealing. Many countries no longer put people to death. This means they have stopped using execution as punishment. The next phrase is put somebody or something first. Put somebody or something first means to treat someone or something as the most important. She always puts her children first. This means her children are her top priority. You need to put your health first. This means health should be your main concern. He put his work first and forgot about his friends. This means he focused only on work and ignored others. The next phrase is put something to one side. Put something to one side means to save or delay something for later use or attention. She put her book to one side and answered the phone. This means she stopped reading and picked up the phone. Let's put this topic to one side for now. This means we should stop talking about it and return to it later. He put some money to one side for his holiday. This means he saved money for his vacation. The next phrase is put your feet up. Put your feet up means to relax, especially after working hard. After a long day, I just want to put my feet up. This means I want to rest and relax. She made tea and put her feet up on the sofa. This means she got comfortable and took a break. It's time to put your feet up and enjoy the weekend. This means it's time to stop working and relax. The next phrase is put your finger on something. Put your finger on something means to identify or notice exactly what is wrong or different. Something's wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. This means I feel something is off, but I don't know what. He put his finger on the cause of the problem. This means he found out what the problem was. She put her finger on what made the meal taste strange. This means she figured out the reason for the unusual taste. The next phrase is put your foot down. Put your foot down means to use your authority to stop something or to be firm. She put her foot down and said no more candy. This means she made a strong decision to stop the candy. The teacher put his foot down about cheating. This means he firmly refused to allow cheating. It's time to put your foot down and make a change. This means you should be firm and take action. The next phrase is put your foot in it. Put your foot in it means to say something that embarrasses or upsets someone by mistake. I really put my foot in it when I mentioned her ex. This means I said something that made her feel uncomfortable. He put his foot in it by asking about her age. This means he said something awkward or impolite. Don't put your foot in it again. Think before you speak. This means try not to say the wrong thing again. The next phrase is raise hopes. Raise hopes means to make people feel hopeful about something happening. The new medicine raised hopes for a cure. This means people felt more hopeful because of the medicine. Her kind words raised his hopes. This means he felt more positive after what she said. Don't raise their hopes if you're not sure. This means don't make them hopeful if it might not happen. The next phrase is raise fears. Raise fears means to cause people to feel worried about something. The news raised fears of a new crisis. This means the report made people feel anxious about problems. His words raised fears among the staff. This means the employees felt worried after what he said. The fire raised fears about safety in the area. This means people became concerned about how safe the place was. The next phrase is raise doubts. Raise doubts means to make people feel unsure or question something. His strange behavior raised doubts about his honesty. This means people started to question if he was telling the truth. The report raised doubts about the project's success. This means people weren't sure if the project would work. Her silence raised doubts in everyone's mind. This means people began to feel uncertain because she said nothing. The next phrase is raise the alarm. Raise the alarm means to warn people that something bad is happening or might happen. The guard raised the alarm when he saw the fire. This means he warned others about the danger. Doctors raised the alarm about the new disease. This means they warned people early about the health risk. We must raise the alarm if we see signs of trouble. This means we should warn others if we notice danger. The next phrase is read between the lines. Read between the lines means to understand something that is not said directly. He didn't say it clearly, but I read between the lines. This means I understood the hidden message. If you read between the lines, she's not happy. This means she didn't say it directly, but you can tell. Try to read between the lines when people speak softly. This means listen carefully to understand the full meaning. The next word is reap. Reap means to get or receive something, usually as a result of actions or effort. You reap what you sow. This means your actions will bring results, good or bad. They worked hard and reaped success. This means they got success because of their effort. If you plant kindness, you will reap happiness. This means doing good brings good results. The next phrase is reap the benefits. Reap the benefits means to enjoy the good results of something you did earlier. She exercised daily and reaped the benefits. This means she got healthier because of regular exercise. We're now reaping the benefits of our training. This means the training is showing good results. He studied hard and reaped the benefits at exam time. This means his hard work helped him during the exam. The next phrase is reap the profits. Reap the profits means to receive money or gain after an investment or effort. The company reaped the profits of a good year. This means they earned a lot of money after a successful year. Investors reaped big profits from the new app. This means they earned well from their investment. If you take the risk, you might reap the profits. This means you may earn money if you try. The next phrase is reap the rewards. Reap the rewards means to get something good because of what you did earlier. She worked hard and is now reaping the rewards. This means she is getting good results for her effort. We trained for months and reaped the rewards in the race. This means our training helped us win the race. If you're patient, you'll reap the rewards later. This means good things will come if you wait and work. The next phrase is recharge your batteries. Recharge your batteries means to rest and get your energy back. I took a short vacation to recharge my batteries. This means I went on a trip to relax and feel refreshed. She needs a weekend off to recharge her batteries. This means she needs rest to get her strength back. After working hard all year, he recharged his batteries at the beach. This means he relaxed at the beach to feel better again. The next phrase is red tape. Red tape means official rules and paperwork that slow things down. It took weeks to get a permit because of all the red tape. This means the process was slow due to many rules. We can't start the project yet. Too much red tape. This means official procedures are delaying the start. He gave up trying because of all the red tape. This means he quit due to too many formalities. The next phrase is relative to something. Relative to something means compared with or connected to something. Her progress is good relative to her starting point. This means her improvement is clear when compared to where she began. The cost is low relative to the benefits. This means it's cheap if you think about the value you get. Our profits are small relative to last year's. This means we earned less compared with the previous year. The next phrase is reliance on somebody or something. Reliance on somebody or something means needing or depending on someone or something. There's too much reliance on technology today. This means people depend too much on tech. His reliance on his parents is holding him back. This means he depends on them too much and it stops his growth. We need to reduce our reliance on oil. This means we should use less oil and find other energy sources. The next phrase is rest something on. Rest something. On means to place something gently on a surface or to base something on an idea. She rested her head on his shoulder. This means she gently placed her head there. He rested the book on the table. This means he placed the book down lightly. Their hopes rest on the success of this plan. This means the plan is their main hope. The next phrase is rest something against. Rest something against means to lean something on another thing for support. He rested the ladder against the wall. This means the ladder was leaning on the wall. She rested her bike against the tree. This means she leaned the bike on the tree. I rested my hand against the door to steady myself. This means I touched the door for balance. The next phrase is retrace your steps. Retrace your steps means to go back the same way you came, often to find something. I lost my keys and had to retrace my steps. This means I went back to look for the keys. He retraced his steps to remember where he parked. This means he walked back to help his memory. We retraced our steps through the forest path. This means we walked back along the same path. The next phrase is retreat to. Retreat to means to go back or move away to a safer or quieter place. After the argument, he retreated to his room. This means he went back to his room to be alone. The army retreated to the hills. This means the soldiers moved away to a safer area. She retreated to the countryside for peace and quiet. This means she left the busy place and went somewhere calm. The next phrase is retreat into. Retreat into means to withdraw emotionally or mentally into a private or safe space. He often retreats into his thoughts. This means he stops talking and thinks deeply. After the accident, she retreated into silence. This means she became very quiet and didn't speak much. Some people retreat into books when they feel stressed. This means they read to escape real-life problems. The next phrase is ring a bell. Ring a bell means to sound familiar or remind you of something. That name rings a bell, but I can't remember why. This means it sounds familiar, but I don't know from where. Does this song ring a bell for you? This means, do you think you've heard this song before? His face rings a bell. I think we've met. This means his face looks familiar to me. The next phrase is ring hollow. Ring hollow means to sound false or not sincere. His apology rang hollow after all the damage he caused. This means his words didn't feel honest. The speech rang hollow to the angry crowd. This means the crowd didn't believe or trust the speaker. Her kind words rang hollow because of her past behavior. This means people didn't believe she was truly kind. The next phrase is ripe for something. Ripe for something means ready for a change or ready to experience something. The country is ripe for reform. This means the country is ready for big changes. This market is ripe for new ideas. This means it's a good time to try something new in the market. She was ripe for a fresh start after leaving her job. This means she was ready to begin something new. The next phrase is rise to. Rise to means to deal successfully with a challenge or situation. She rose to the challenge and completed the task. This means she did well when the task was hard. He always rises to the occasion. This means he performs well in important situations. The team rose to the opportunity and won the game. This means they took the chance and succeeded. The next phrase is rise through. Rise through means to move up in rank or position, often in a job or organization. She rose through the company to become CEO. This means she got promotions until she reached the top. He rose through the army ranks quickly. This means he moved up in position faster than others. They rose through hard work and talent. This means they succeeded by working hard and being skilled. The next phrase is rob somebody of something. Rob somebody of something means to take something valuable away from someone, especially unfairly. The accident robbed him of his ability to walk. This means the accident took away his ability to walk. She was robbed of the chance to speak. This means she lost the opportunity to speak. The illness robbed them of their happiness. This means the sickness made them lose their joy. The next phrase is rock the boat. Rock the boat means to cause trouble or disturb a stable situation. Don't rock the boat, we finally have peace. This means don't do anything to upset the calm situation. He rocked the boat by asking too many questions. This means his questions caused problems or tension. She didn't want to rock the boat by complaining. This means she stayed quiet to avoid causing problems. The next phrase is roll your eyes. Roll your eyes means to move your eyes upward to show annoyance or disbelief. She rolled her eyes when he told the same joke again. This means she showed she was annoyed by his joke. He rolled his eyes at the boring speech. This means he silently showed he didn't enjoy the talk. I rolled my eyes when they started arguing again. This means I was frustrated and showed it with my eyes. The next phrase is round of applause. Means a period of people clapping to show appreciation. The audience gave her a big round of applause. This means many people clapped to show praise. Let's have a round of applause for our guest speaker. This means people should clap to thank the speaker. He received a round of applause after his performance. This means the crowd clapped to show they liked his performance. The next phrase is rub it in. Rub it in means to keep talking about something painful or embarrassing to someone. I know I made a mistake. Don't rub it in. This means stop reminding me of my error. She kept rubbing it in after I lost the game. This means she kept making fun of my loss. He rubbed it in by bragging about his success. This means he made others feel worse by showing off. The next phrase is run riot. Run riot means to behave freely and wildly, often out of control. The children ran riot in the playground. This means they played wildly and without control. His imagination runs riot when he writes stories. This means he thinks freely and creatively. Fans ran riot after the team won the match. This means the fans celebrated loudly and wildly. The next phrase is run something along something. Run something along something means to move or place something in a line next to another thing. She ran her fingers along the table. This means she moved her fingers lightly across the table. He ran the wire along the wall. This means he placed the wire next to the wall. They ran the rope along the edge of the fence. This means they stretched the rope next to the fence. The next phrase is run something over something. Run something over something means to move something across the surface of another thing. She ran a cloth over the table. This means she wiped the table with a cloth. He ran his hand over the smooth stone. This means he touched the stone by moving his hand across it. The teacher ran a red pen over the essay. This means the teacher marked the essay with a red pen. The next phrase is run something through something. Run something through something means to pass one thing into or through another. He ran a thread through the needle. This means he put the thread into the small hole of the needle. She ran her fingers through her hair. This means she moved her fingers between parts of her hair. The pipe runs water through the machine. This means the pipe sends water into the machine. The next phrase is run the risk of something. Run the risk of something means to do something that might lead to a bad result. If you lie, you run the risk of getting caught. This means lying might cause trouble if people find out. We run the risk of losing money on this deal. This means we might lose money if things go wrong. She ran the risk of injury by climbing alone. This means she might get hurt because she climbed without help. The next phrase is run wild. Run wild means to behave freely, without control or limits. The kids ran wild during the party. This means they played loudly and without rules. His thoughts ran wild with ideas. This means he imagined many things quickly and freely. Don't let your dog run wild in the park. This means keep your dog under control in public. The next phrase is safe and sound. Safe and sound means not harmed, healthy, and in good condition. She returned home safe and sound. This means she came back without any harm. The baby was found safe and sound. This means the baby was okay and not hurt. We arrived safe and sound after the long trip. This means we got there safely. The next phrase is, or something, at large. Somebody or something at large means not captured or free, especially after escape. The thief is still at large. This means the police haven't caught the thief yet. Several animals are at large after the storm. This means the animals escaped and are still free. The suspect remained at large for months. This means the person avoided arrest for a long time. The next phrase is somebody or something in question. Somebody or something in question means the person or thing being talked about or discussed. The man in question was not present. This means the person we are talking about wasn't there. The issue in question needs more attention. This means we must focus on the topic being discussed. The company in question has closed its office. This means the business we are talking about shut down its office. The next phrase is somebody or something of note. Somebody or something of note means a person or thing that is important or significant. He is a scientist of note in the field of physics. This means he is a well-known and respected scientist in physics. The book is of note for its unique approach to storytelling. This means the book is important because of its special style. She became a writer of note after publishing her first novel. This means she became a recognized and respected writer. The next phrase is somebody's attention wander means to stop focusing and start thinking about other things. During the meeting, his attention wandered. This means he stopped paying attention and started thinking about something else. Her attention wandered as she listened to the boring lecture. This means she stopped concentrating on the lecture. I could tell his attention was wandering during the conversation. This means he wasn't really focused on the conversation. The next phrase is somebody's mind wander. Somebody's mind wander means to stop thinking about what is happening and start thinking about other things. Her mind wandered during the long flight. This means she stopped thinking about the flight and thought about something else. As he spoke, my mind wandered to other topics. This means I started thinking about other things while he was talking. When I'm tired, my mind tends to wander. This means my thoughts move away from what I'm focusing on. The next phrase is somebody's thoughts wander. Somebody's thoughts wander means to start thinking about unrelated things. His thoughts wandered during the long speech. This means he stopped focusing on the speech and thought about something else. She couldn't help it. Her thoughts wandered to the past. This means her mind moved away from the present and thought about memories. When I'm stressed, my thoughts wander. This means my mind drifts away and I start thinking about other things. The next phrase is somebody's best hope. Somebody's best hope means the most likely or most optimistic possibility. Winning this match is his best hope for a championship. This means winning the match is the most realistic way for him to win. Her best hope for a career change is to study further. This means studying more is the best way for her to change careers. Their best hope for success is to work together as a team. This means working together is the most likely way for them to succeed. The next phrase is somebody's line of reasoning. Somebody's line of reasoning means the method or process of thinking to reach a conclusion. I don't agree with his line of reasoning. This means I don't think his way of thinking is correct. Her line of reasoning was clear and well structured. This means her way of thinking made sense and was easy to follow. His line of reasoning led him to a surprising conclusion. This means his way of thinking brought him to an unexpected result. The next phrase is somebody's line of thinking. Somebody's line of thinking means the way a person thinks about a particular topic or situation. Her line of thinking was focused on the benefits of the plan. This means she was thinking mainly about the advantages of the plan. His line of thinking is very logical and practical. This means he thinks in a way that makes sense and is useful. I don't share his line of thinking on this issue. This means I don't agree with the way he is thinking about the situation. The next phrase is somebody's looks. Somebody's looks means the physical appearance or the way someone looks. She is known for her good looks. This means she is famous for being physically attractive. His looks have changed over the years. This means his appearance has changed as time has passed. Despite his looks, he is very humble. This means although he looks a certain way, his personality is very humble. The next phrase is somebody's rise to fame. Somebody's rise to fame means the process of becoming well-known or famous. Her rise to fame was quick after her first album. This means she became famous very fast after releasing her album. His rise to fame started with a viral video. This means he became famous after his video became very popular online. The actress's rise to fame took many years of hard work. This means she became famous after working for a long time. The next phrase is somebody's rise to power. Somebody's rise to power means the process of gaining control or authority. His rise to power was swift and unexpected. This means he gained control very quickly and surprisingly. The general's rise to power began with a military victory. This means he started gaining power after winning a battle. Her rise to power was based on her intelligence and strategy. This means she gained authority because of her cleverness and planning. The next phrase is somebody's whereabouts. Somebody's whereabouts means the location where someone is or where they can be found. The police are looking for his whereabouts. This means the police are trying to find where he is. Nobody knows her whereabouts after she left the party. This means no one knows where she went after leaving. The detective finally discovered his whereabouts. This means the detective found out where he was. The next phrase is somebody's clutches. Somebody's clutches means to be under someone's control or influence. The villain had the hero in his clutches. This means the villain controlled or trapped the hero. She escaped from his clutches at the last moment. This means she managed to get away from his control. He was in the clutches of a powerful corporation. This means the corporation had strong control over him. The next phrase is scare the hell out of somebody. Scare the hell out of somebody means to frighten someone very much. The sudden noise scared the hell out of me. This means the noise frightened me a lot. The ghost story really scared the hell out of the children. This means the story frightened the children deeply. The accident scared the hell out of her. This means the accident made her extremely scared. The next phrase is scare the life out of somebody. Scare the life out of somebody means to frighten someone extremely. The thunder scared the life out of the dog. This means the thunder frightened the dog greatly. The sudden appearance of the stranger scared the life out of her. This means the stranger's sudden presence frightened her very much. That horror movie scared the life out of me. This means the movie terrified me a lot. The next phrase is scare the living daylights out of somebody. Scare the living daylights out of somebody means to frighten someone extremely. The sudden bang scared the living daylights out of me. This means the loud noise frightened me greatly. The surprise party scared the living daylights out of her. This means the surprise party made her very scared. The dark alley at night scared the living daylights out of him. This means the alley frightened him a lot. The next phrase is scramble down. Scramble down means to move quickly and awkwardly down, often using hands and feet. She scrambled down the hill to catch the bus. This means she quickly went down the hill, using her hands and feet to move fast. He scrambled down the tree when he saw the dog. This means he climbed down the tree quickly and awkwardly. I had to scramble down the rocks to get to the beach. This means I had to climb down the rocks quickly, moving in an unsteady way. The next phrase is scramble up. Scramble up means to move quickly and awkwardly up, often using hands and feet. He scrambled up the stairs to catch the last train. This means he moved quickly and unsteadily up the stairs. She scrambled up the tree to escape the dog. This means she climbed the tree quickly and awkwardly to get away. They scrambled up the mountain in a race to the top. This means they climbed the mountain quickly, often in a hurried or unsteady manner. The next phrase is scramble out. Scramble out means to move quickly and awkwardly out of a place, often in a panic. He scrambled out of the window when he saw the fire. This means he quickly and awkwardly climbed out of the window to escape the fire. She scrambled out of the car after the crash. This means she hurriedly and unsteadily got out of the car after the accident. The children scrambled out of the tent when it started raining. This means the children quickly and awkwardly left the tent when the rain began.